Hello everyone, it is Lisa the Melanated Minimalist coming to you from beautiful Tampa, Florida, and I'm coming back to you on, some people have been asking again, the house hacking and what does that look like. So I tried to make a video before about house hacking, but I didn't go into details. As you can see, I'm standing in front of what we consider a luxury apartment. This is shared housing right here. I think on my last video I showed you one of the properties. This is one of the properties. There's many more properties that are here in Tampa that are considered, shared housing. So let me explain to you about house hacking. So this is when you may live in a home that you own, or you're renting, or maybe your family members or dear friends own a home. And instead of you going out and, getting your own place and trying to pay all the bills on your own, you decide, hey, I'm going to live in the home with someone else and we'll share. So this type of living right here, each person would have their own room, their own bedroom, their own bathroom, shower, tub, or combination thereof, their own closets. The only thing that they would share in that type of housing is the common area, which is the living room / kitchen, laundry room. That's the only thing, patio, whatever. So in essence, you pay one lump sum, and I think I shared that on our last video, but I want to reiterate, this is a way of saving money. Now I'm speaking to the woman or the man. This is a melanated woman. I'm talking to you guys. This is a way that a lot of women, especially who are single with no children, or their children have what we call empty nested or left, that they could do this because you won't have little kids running around. So I think with the people that come to my channel, thank you for all of you who do. The ones who normally come to my channel are about 30, late 30s maybe and above, who have to make some life decisions of how they want to live. They're not in a relationship, or they may be currently in a relationship and making decisions of getting out of one because of unfavorable conditionings or whatever. But I'm speaking to the women, and of course, if men are on the channel, to you as well, that this is a way of house hacking. Or you could get a home or apartment. An apartment could have 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, or 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, and you share. So everybody says, that's like a roommate. Well, yeah, kind of, sort of. The house hacking thing is, I believe, for people who already own houses or renting a house, and the house may just be an enormous amount of money by themselves, so they rent out rooms. We have one of my sisters at our church. She has, I think, a townhome, and I think she has like 3 bedrooms or something like that, but each room is occupied by someone. So she has people in the rooms. It's not like she lives there by herself. So she has someone who actually is living there. So she's, quote unquote, renting out a space, right? And then you have people who, like I had one lady who I know who owns her own house, and I've been in the home. It's a beautiful home. She's been doing this for years. Her family, she inherited a house from her father, and basically rent out rooms weekly. She does a weekly, I think, weekly rooms, or month. No, I'm sorry, she doesn't do weekly. She just does them by monthly. She does them a contract. Well, no, she doesn't do a contract. Here I am. So you gotta be careful. You gotta see if there's a contract. Also, you gotta be sure nobody's gonna scam you. Because, being down here, that has happened to so many people. I remember coming here and paying someone like a certain fee to get a list of all the available places. Big mistake. One, my credit was good enough not to do that, because some people do that because they want to try to get people who don't check the credit and all that. But back to what I'm saying. So this whole house hacking, it's nothing new. It's what social media has kind of pushed to the forefront now, because it's such an epidemic with housing that people are literally living in their cars. Now, back in the day, it was not sexy. It was not cool to live in your car. You didn't even want to tell nobody you lived in your car. Now it's almost like you're a rock star if you live in a van or a car. Isn't that funny how things have reversed? Because what social media will do, will reverse it and make it seem so cool. I think that's the reason why that happens. It occurs because at the end of the day, everybody wants to have a place to live. Everybody wants to put their bed and lay their head down and be comfortable. Everybody said, well, everything's outside the comfort zone. Okay, well, most people want to have running water. I work at a hotel. So some of the people that I work with or work around, some of them have been homeless or are homeless. So, they go to the hotel, they work, and we get discounts. Now, I'm not trying to tell you should do this, but there are some people who actually work at the hotel so they can get these discounts so they can go to other hotels and get the discounted from that property, right? I don't know if that's the wisest way to do it, but I guess it's a house hack too. Another hack, of course, is, being able to go to the gym and shower. I get free memberships. So anytime I want to go shower, I can go shower because I'm a fitness instructor. But what I was sharing with you is that people have gym memberships just so they can shower. Some people go to work and work 2 jobs, double. They may not have children, or they have children and someone's helping taking care of them, and they work double shifts. And they get off, they can shower, rest a little bit, and do it again. I worked in a gym, guys, that you could literally probably not live there, but you definitely could have a good sleep. And, if you worked a double shift and you were homeless, you could kind of get off with it and maybe have a room a couple nights a week. I used to always think, guys, if something were to happen to me, how would I be able to survive? And during this time, remember I told you living in your car wasn't sexy. But I remember one of my members I used to have a boot camp for women. She said, girl, you don't have to never worry about being homeless. The way you set up, the way people love up on you, you don't have to worry about it. I think a lot of times people don't let people know what's going on because they don't worry about being their business, and they're kind of embarrassed whether they messed up money or they lost a job, or the old man or the man they were dealing with or female they were dealing with messed their money up or whatever. The point I'm trying to make is you've been evicted. I spoke to a lady who's been evicted. She was evicted for not paying her rent because the lady didn't do all the things she was supposed to do in the house. My thing is this: even if they don't, you still got to pay the money. Someone still got to get paid. And you might think you're withholding by not doing it, but it actually hurts you in the long run because of the fact that now you got to pay for the actual place, and then you got eviction. So guys, I'm gonna show you another place that is a shared housing. I didn't get to show y'all this one, but it's over here right there. That one over there, that's considered shared housing. Okay. Nice, right? Nice condo. It's catered to students, but adults can do it too, especially working adults. They don't care. Money is green here in Tampa. So I guess you got to get real good at being okay with living with people. You got to be okay with people's different lifestyles, things of that nature. You got to have, I guess, your list of non-negotiables. Like mine was no pets, and I end up having some people who had pets, or smoking, whether it be the other MJ or a cigarette. I didn't like that. And then being loud, not clean. I think the top one for me is just being not clean, because everything else I can work around. But when you're dirty or you keep your things filthy, that's not cool. So again, house hacking is not for everybody. Okay? Shared living is not for everybody. But when you are in a situation where it means you're going to pay a hotel $2,000 some a month for one room, and it's not that nice of a hotel, versus you don't have a family, but you'd rather do that than go and share living, get yourself a nice bus pass, and jump on the bus. And you can do Uber and Lyft if you want to be real sexy and cool. But what I'm saying to you is there's so many ways of going around there. A lot of people say to me, Lisa, that's for somebody who don't have children. Yeah, you're right. If you made a decision to have about 4 or 5 kids, this might not be your ideal situation. But again, you're still responsible as a parent to provide shelter, food, and clothing for your child. Okay? And I think the people who are on my channel, I don't think that's your issue. I think you got grown-up kids or you have no kids. And if you did have a kid, you might have one. And you can still get away with house hacking with one. But when you got 4 and 5 children, unless you're gonna find another parent, another mother who has 4 or 5 kids, not a lot of drama in their life. And I say that because when you involve children with fathers and all that, that can be very dramatic. It can be very dramatic. So you got to be very, very careful of who you allow, in your home and around your children. So I'm going back to the fact that these are for women and men, mostly women, who just want to know another way of living that wouldn't cost an arm and a leg. And the place, like I said, I lived, had valet trash, definitely clean. You were responsible for your own room, had a pool, hot tub, I think an area where you can play, volleyball, that's what you're into, a coffee spot, a place where you can, business center, and then they, at one point, a concierge for your packages up until a certain point. But you know what I'm saying, is that this won't no shabby place, it won't no hole in the wall. And that's the thing, I don't mind sharing space if it's a good, nice, clean area, versus living somewhere in a hole in the wall that you want to quote unquote live by yourself. That's on you. But one thing about me, and 2 things for certain, I don't like to be around stuff that's just not tidy and not well kept. You know what I mean? So back to house hacking. You can find ways. You can go to, now I don't suggest this with Craigslist because you don't know everybody on Craigslist. I do want to say you can start with your church. If you're into church, start with your church, start with your gym. Get to know people. Again, I did it professionally, so I went through my apartment unit. They screen people, they do background checks. I think that's another thing you want to make sure you can do background check on people. You don't know what people deal with, and you don't know who they be around. So house hacking, you gotta be very careful. That's all I can say. But for me and what I did as a grown up, my kids are grown, they're out of the house. I am divorced since it's been a long time, but it allowed me, again, I shared with y'all before in the last video, to travel, to buy the things I like, to enjoy certain things I like to do, take classes. I mean, taking classes and paying money for my classes, the different certifications. I was able to have that because I wasn't, like I think like they say 35% of your money goes to housing, 35% of your check. So even if you're trying to make a decent amount, but you got to put 35% in to housing and your check ain't that big, you're going to feel the crunch. And if you have a car and it's not paid for, you got another bill. Then you got, insurance. I'm going from hold on. I'm into talking from real stuff. Everybody don't have, the Bentley or the whatever y'all see people with on these. I've met people who got all those things, right? But that's the average person, okay? And I'm gonna say average, meaning that person goes to work every day. But what the thing about it is that you still gotta live. So you don't want to be in a situation where you have literally taken all your money and you living, but you're not really living. You can't go nowhere. You can't buy nothing. And I tell people, don't run out and get on government assistance because everything you do, they're going to come back and trace it. So I tell people, if you can do anything, try your best to do it for yourself first. I like that shirt. Say that you try your best to do everything for yourself. Food stamps and EBT, whatever that. I've been on those before, and it's an invasion of privacy. If you live on any type of government assistance, you're going to have invasion of privacy. So if that's what you like, hey, go for it. I personally think hard work works. And I think that at some point you can even have it so that you feel more secure because you develop a new person because you went through the hard times. Okay? All right, guys, I'm not going to overcook you guys' grits, but I did want to talk about house hacking and how to really, 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 really do it the right way. And that's to get reputable people who got jobs, who got careers, who truly don't do a pay. Even with my situation, even if they didn't pay their bills, I didn't get kicked out, they would. And I've seen some girls, they got kicked out because they didn't pay their housing bill. For me, I just took care of my stuff. So I just want to encourage any of y'all, if y'all want any information or need assistance, give me a shout. If you need a coach, I am a coach. I am a certified life coach. I help women to live their best life through health and wellness, good love, travel, and just being a great person overall. All right? So go ahead and like, comment, and share. Tell me what you think about house hacking. Tell me if you consider it. Let me know where you are in your life. Are you divorced? Are you married? Are you single? Do you have children that are under, teenage years? Are you helping an aging parent? Just where you are in your walk and how this talk may have helped you. Okay? Bye, y'all. Peace and love.